you. Absolutely. So, okay, can we have the review of the minutes of council meeting of October 17th? And I will take common consent. If there's any additions or corrections, they'll be corrected then. It didn't look good to me, but
I didn't get any comments.
anybody got any comments? Any corrections? Common consent? All right, let's move on. Persons before council. Kate, you have the floor.
Well, I understand that the ordinance is going to be tabled, so I don't know if there's any point in me talking today. Is that the case?
Yes.
If you want me to talk about what's different between this ordinance and the 2005 ordinance, I can do that, but I think we might as well
I
wait.
think we're pretty clear on that. The only
I
thing that the ordinance committee,
The people may be interested in knowing.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that recap for the record and for everyone who's here. And you already know that the one thing that we're waiting for is to include some language that references penalties
Yes.
for enforcement.
Know your neighbor.
Yeah.
And we should be ready for that ordinance at the next meeting.
Okay.
I believe we should be. And then keeping it moving along with the following.
Okay, well, I can
meeting.
return to the next meeting and talk about what the differences are in this proposed ordinance, or I can do it now.
What everybody wants.
You'll be here the next
I'll be
meeting.
here for the
You'll
next
be here.
meeting.
Okay, do it
should
next
be here the
meeting.
next
Okay.
meeting.
Okay,
Thanks,
Okay,
Kate.
thank you.
thanks. All right, communications from mayor. We have the free pickup days for leaves, sticks, and twigs. It's gonna be the 15th, 16th, 29th, and 30th of this month. Anyway, our Public Works Department, it says, set out your bags, leaves, twigs, tie the twigs and sticks together no longer than 4 feet and not heavier than 50 pounds. And if you have any questions, you can call the town hall. So anybody that's cleaning up her yard with, leaves and sticks and all that,
This does not mean cleaning out your basement.
No couches.
Tires, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah, this is only for leaves, sticks, and
I'm
branches.
gonna put this on Facebook.
So, okay, all right, moving along, I want to let everybody know our office is going to be closed on the 10th of this month for Veterans Day, which is going to be Friday. So they will be closed. Also, Woodmire students are going to be hanging ornaments on the west side of 522 down by the courthouse, like they always do on those trees down there.
They're asking for the other side of the road.
Oh, they're
Tree-
asking for the
right,
other side?
You have an
The Bay
email,
Magnolias.
right.
Mhm.
What's
The
the
trees
problem with
have-
the one
The
side?
trees have got too tall for the children to reach. And so they emailed the town requesting the other
They
side
need
of
to
the road.
provide Ladders.
That's okay as long as they don't step in the beds.
Yeah,
They need to do it from the
the outside of the
sides
beds, which is going to be probably just as
or
bad.
on the stone caps, but
So,
not in the bed.
Yeah.
Just
gotta be careful because there's a lot of plant life in those beds. So,
Mhm.
so anyway, that's going to be going on, and they want the west side down there.
That's the
Council-
courthouse side, is it?
West
No,
side.
No, the other
West
side,
side.
in front
The other,
of,
okay, in
right.
front of, like up
Portals
Atari's, I
and-
think,
yeah.
because Jean actually sent this email to me. So yeah, I think if we put those parameters in place and also communicate back to them, we'll see how it goes and make sure that there weren't issues that come up after the fact that weren't what we were hoping would happen. That it should be fine, and that's just my opinion, so.
Is everybody okay with it? We can call and consent that.
They're
What is
also,
the date for that?
some of those trees have lights in them too.
Yeah.
They
I
need
do
to be
say,
aware that there's some wiring.
I don't know when they want to do that. I think it's,
it didn't have a
There
date
is no
on
date in
it.
here.
No,
yeah, I think they do it right there sometime around
After
after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure.
it does actually. It says we would start hanging sometime over the Thanksgiving break.
Right,
Okay,
so,
and it's only a block, so they'll probably finish over the Thanksgiving break.
oh yeah, they're usually up within a couple days, so.
Do we plan to have that area coned on that side of the street from corner to corner? So to help ensure folks, because heavens forbid, if we have a child that gets out there and gets
There's
run over.
space. There
Yeah,
is
there's
space
plenty of
between the beds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
as
the-
long as they're on, we'll have to specify, on the side, inside, that planter box, not out on the outside. So, yeah, they do the ones down at the courthouse all the time. They used to do those two right there, right down from the courthouse. They used to have the same situation, so. So I'd say if they stay on the inner side of the,
They're fine.
yeah, they should
Yeah.
be good.
Of the planter box.
Yeah, on the planter box,
They're okay.
so. And there's people down there that are watching.
And there will be grown-ups obviously supervising this whole activity, so.
So, okay. And you'll see in your packet that November is Family Court Awareness Proclamation that I guess they want us to do a proclamation here. So, yeah, right here. So, do we want to do the Family Court Awareness Proclamation?
Well, I'm aware. I don't know,
Right.
what is it?
We're just declaring the month of November to be Family Court
Court
Awareness Month.
Yeah,
I think it already is, so I'm not clear what we're.
Yeah, what we sometimes decide with this kind of thing is that you can have 2 or 3 or 4 of these every meeting, because it's always something. I mean, we can do it, but we tend to limit ourselves a little bit, otherwise if we.
Right.
We're proclaiming everything.
We're
Is there
proclaiming-
anyone in the audience that's here to represent that?
I mean, it's, I mean, I've been on the town council for more than 10 years, and ever since I've been on council, our policy has been, we just what Susan did, we said no to all of these. I think the only one that we haven't said no to since I've been in town council is the DAR's upholding
Right.
Constitution. I
Right.
think it's literally the only one that we have, that we recognize.
I mean, we can recognize
Because, like
it as,
Susan said, otherwise we literally we would have 10, 15 things on the docket every.
we can recognize and let people know that this is Family Court Awareness Month. I guess it goes through the month. All right, everybody good with that? Okay. Alright. Okay, and the other announcement I have is, last meeting, the chamber was in here, asked us about doing the Deck the Meter project. We've been back and forth talking with the chamber and us, and it turns out that I guess the chamber at this present time just don't have a time to get stuff done or whatever. So they have turned the Deck the Meters over to the town. So the town is going to be doing the Deck the Meters this season. So we're going to start getting things together so we can get it organized. So we're working on that now. So we thought it was a very good project to keep in the loop. So we're going to be asking for applications once we get everything out. So I guess right now, call the town hall. I'm not sure who.
Well, we are
wants
going to do an email. We're going to set up an email account just for the Deck the Meters,
Okay.
and then we'll have everything out there as soon as we get it available.
Okay, so,
And I just wanted to give a special note of thanks and appreciation to the town chamber, because they were very generous, particularly Jim, who heads up the chamber. He and I had a chance to talk over the weekend, and we had some texts going back and forth after we sent a letter with some amended terms, really for their generosity of spirit in working with us to make sure that this continues without interruption, and in sharing the resources that they have, such as the letter that they share with people who are participating, the instructions that go out to people who are participating, and then just general, mechanics around how this runs, so that we can transition this in a relatively smooth way. So just a real appreciation for the chamber in handing this off to us.
absolutely. We wanted to keep it going, and that's the way to keep it going. Like I said, so we're very thankful to the chamber for letting us have the program. So we'll be working on that. There'll be more to come. The setup times are going to be probably,
Oh, they're set.
okay,
The Friday after Thanksgiving is when folks are allowed to start decorating. Friday, December 29th is when all the decorations must come down, no later than that date. And during that 5-week period, which was expanded, it was 6 weeks, and then we said 2, and now it's back to 5. And all 5 weeks, there'll be no charge on any of the meters. It's free parking to promote our businesses and promote shopping downtown. And then again, all of the, they've always gotten an instruction sheet that tells them how they're supposed to do this. And we will do the same just to make sure that things like covering the meter head don't happen. And, the rules are essentially
the same.
yeah, the same.
All right, so that's good news. We're gonna have the deck the meters, and, the town's gonna be the sponsor of it, so we'll be looking forward to seeing the decorations back out. So anyway,
One more thing, Scott, we do need to thank Travel Berkeley Springs because they have committed to give us $1,500. Regardless, I mean, they were going to give it anyway
Right.
with the chamber sponsoring. They're still giving it to us, and I just want to say our thanks and appreciation to them for doing that.
thank you, Mary. All right, moving forward, Bath Development, we don't have anybody here. Their next meeting is gonna be the meeting was yesterday, I guess. 12/6, or no, next month, 12/6, 4:30 at the courthouse. So they're not here tonight. Parks and Recs, no, we don't have anybody. We need to reach out to him about Parks and
have.
Recs. Okay. Planning Commission.
So we had our meeting last week. We did not have another committee that we were working on for the comp plan, but coordinated with Rebecca, and we will be meeting with Public Works on our meeting on 12/7, and we will be reviewing the tasks from Public Works from the 2017 comprehensive plan. Moving forward.
Sounds good. Thank you, Larry. Anybody have any questions for Larry? Okay. Let's go to Rails and Trails.
Okay, I'll come up front so you can all hear me better. Again, we may or may not have a meeting this month. I'll put a status out on what's going on with the solicitation. I look into the BidX swamp periodically to see what's been going on with that. So far, I haven't found anything different than the December 12th bid opening for the construction of the rail trail. It's been very quiet. Moving along, Streetscape, any questions on rail trail? All right. Next item on their list there is Streetscape. And tonight we have basically the starting product that will get us into the construction award for phase 5. There's a lot of things that get done. I think all of you got a package that was sent out this morning by Sharon. The key thing in the package is just the first page, the one-page brief sheet. Basically, tonight we would like you to consider and pass a resolution that'll permit the mayor to sign the funding agreement once it actually arrives in its official form from the state. The package that you all have has a draft of that. I don't think the final is going to look any different. What's key there is the final table in the document that sets the budget, the grants and the town match. We've been through the design process. A couple of weeks ago, the end of October, we did the 90% review. And if you remember anything, Scott, I said, you're not going to be permitted to sign the funding agreement until we've been through the 90%
Right.
drawings. Now, I'd like to say I made that happen, but it's just how slow things are.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it just moves very slow.
But this is one of the few streetscapes where we've actually been able to do that. Make changes, yes, we lost the lights, but we got it. The final estimate that from the 90% drawing is within the budget established by the funding agreement, which is rare. And we'll see what that happens. It does require a cash match from the town. And that cash match is within the funds that are in today in the CNB bank account, the streetscape account that the town keeps for streetscape. So you have the funds But do not sign the check until we get the final funding agreement. What this does is, I expect that within the next few days to a week, and we won't have to wait till the next town council meeting if the resolution that gives you the authority to sign it. Right. And the brief sheet that you all have is the details. I encourage you to take a look at that, because it does have how the funds are contained in each of we have several grants there. The state basically said, town, you'll get a design grant, and then you'll get a construction grant. And whatever you don't spend from the design grant, and we did not spend it all there, rolls into construction. So this time we have a total that is generally higher than what normally we would get in the last 5 or 10 years.
Right.
So basically, I'm really after getting that resolution, if you could consider that, and give Scott the ability to do that. What will happen is that Rebecca and I and the Streetscape Committee will make sure that what you get to sign is correct. No rushing on this.
So what's before us is the resolution, to vote on the resolution, and then a second motion giving the mayor the authority to move forward.
That may be, yeah, the resolution mentions it.
This here.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you
That
can,
gives
you may not be able to do a twofer.
Okay.
And I
The
can read it,
resolution.
you know, Town of Bath Resolution 2023-11-01, whereas the Town of Bath is incorporated municipality in the state of West Virginia, and whereas the Town of Bath Council is in agreement that state project U33-Bath/H-5.00 in Morgan County is in the best interest of the town, and therefore be resolved that the Town of Bath Council authorizes the mayor to enter an agreement with the West Virginia Department of Transportation, Divisions of Highway, for the purpose of constructing improvements within the Town of Bath. That is the resolution, if you so move.
Make a motion. Make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the floor for the Town of Bath Resolution 2023-11-01, which will permit the mayor to sign agreements with the West Virginia Department of Transportation Division of Highways. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, it's passed, but what's your question?
Where in town is this construction going to be?
It's called Phase 5, and it's both sides of Independence between Washington Street and Mercer Street. It's sidewalks and drainage and preparation for the lighting system. We did not have the budget to do the lights, but we do have the budget to put all the things under the concrete where you can't have lights. So, and then the second part of that is Wilk Street between Independence and Union, principally on the east side, which has that terrible sidewalk and broken retaining wall. We're gonna fix that and put in a new drainage system so that sidewalk will not become a pond. And the big drainage under Independence at the same time.
Larry, did you have a question also?
No, I was just pointing out hers.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we've got the resolution done,
And
so.
I don't know if you need another one for them to actually sign the document.
No,
That's
it's in there.
It's in there.
Yeah,
Carefully crafted.
it's in there, so.
That's good. Well, what we also did is before this meeting, we talked to the finance committee, which I actually find useful, to have a number of people understand this, because there's a certain regimen to how the whole streetscape program works. So I appreciate the time and effort to
Appreciate
to
you
listen.
taking time to do it, gosh.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your due diligence makes it a lot easier for us, Pete. Thank you so much.
It's to some degree easier because it's a program of record. The state runs it. You either get on their bandwagon or you don't get the money for it. I'm willing to put up with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any more questions for Pete?
Well done. And we'll probably have a streetscape meeting next week. We got to talk about things like how do we actually fix the lighting, and we'll work when you get comfortable with the grant people. We'll possibly come see you.
Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pete. All right, let's move down to the train depot.
Well, all right, I think everybody knows what I've been up to lately with the, with the train depot and the event on, Veterans Day. We will have a food truck festival from 11 to 4, entertainment from our own Steve Keith from 1 to 4 with Lost River Band, good bluegrass music. At noon, we'll have the ceremony. We have speakers. Everyone on this council is involved in this. We'll have speakers, recognition of the history of the building, and talk about the future. Inside, we will have displays. The Morgan County Historic and Genealogical Society will have a large display of the history of the town and the depot, also military flags inside and outside. The contractor, Lance Corporation, will have a display of their work and how the work progressed with them over the last phase of the rehabilitation. Rebecca has displays on the rail trail and her gardening in the corner, and she'll be speaking. You know.
Landscape.
Landscaping, excuse me. And we will also have a table where people can give their opinions on what they would like to see as next step items. What do you want to see there? Welcome center, museum, merchandising. What would people like to see? So it's going to be a good day. We're going to have good weather. I'm excited about it, and I'll be excited to have it done. But it's going to work out just fine. Parking will be either on the street, or my husband and I own a lot just on the other side of the brewery, so there'll be free parking in that lot. It's a big lot. So we want everybody to be there. Tom Hall's going to lead us in the pledge, and it's going to be a great day. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. All right, Landmarks Commission. Okay, I'm not here. We need to get together on that too, because we need to get some things back together again. Clerk and Recorder's report. Madam Recorder, do you have anything?
I just have an internal budget revision, just moving things within the class that I need you guys to approve, please.
I make a motion that we approve the changes in the budget revision in the public works budget. We're moving some funding from maintenance and repair into the overtime account and into the training account. And then we're also moving some money, some funds from the department supplies into our insurance account.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second on the floor to do a budget revision for the Public Works Department, just moving funds internally in the budget of the Public Works. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? All right, that motion carries. All right, Madam Recorder.
Okay. I don't have anything, but I can go into finance.
Okay, let's go on to finance.
Okay. We decided in the finance committee that we wanted to change a little bit of the policy that we voted on a few weeks ago, having to do with our payables policy and what can be paid pre-approved. That has become an issue because we get kind of surprised sometimes when we have larger bills. What we decided to change is that any purchase over $1,000 rather than $500 needs to be pre-approved. And any purchase over $5,000 rather than $1,000 should go through the bid process. This matches the state's requirements, and we believe this is more comfortable for our staff and for us, and is entirely doable. And I would like to make a motion that council accept this policy, this change to our payables policy.
I'll second the motion.
All right, I have a motion and second on the floor to change our policy from $500 to $1,000 on stuff that needs to be not discussed. And what was it, 5,000 was the
Instead of 1,000.
instead of
on the
1,000
bid.
has to go out to bid.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? That motion carries.
All right, thank
Change.
you. Okay, we have some bills here. The Town of Bath bills, I make a motion that we approve $61,847.29.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to pay the Town of Bath bills in the amount of $61,847.29. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? That motion carries.
I make a motion that we approve the Berkeley Springs Waterworks bills in the amount of $13,371.31.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to pay the Berkeley Springs Waterworks bills in the amount of $13,371.31. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
I make a motion that we pass the rail trail bills in the amount of $49,435, and that is for landscaping
And construction, hardscaping.
and hardscaping.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to pay the rails trails bill in the amount of $49,435 even. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Anything else, finance?
Nope, that's it.
All right, let's move on to the tree board. Anybody have any discussion on the tree board?
Talk about it.
No.
You're gonna talk about it.
Okay, we're good? Okay. Next meeting is the 15th of this month at 4. All right, let's move on to grants. All right.
Thanks, Scott. So we are working with the West Virginia Grant Resources Center, and the first grant up, they're limiting me to one per month. First up is going to be a JAG grant, and also I just found out last week, Chief Carper, I don't know if you saw it, but DOJ put out a notice about new grant opportunities that just came out last week. So I threw that their way as well. And so that funding would be for law enforcement support. That's the very first one. And then the next one up will be for an enhanced town website and promotional materials, including things for new residents, that they get like a welcome package. They know who to who's going to pick up their garbage. I remember when I moved here, I signed up for Apple Valley. I wasn't supposed to do that but no one told me. So all those good things just really accentuate town resources, what's coming with, Chamber, Travel Berkeley Springs, so that folks coming to town really have sort of an initial overview of services that are available to them. So that's second up. And then beyond that on our list, I did discuss this a bit last month, streetlights for the stuff that got wired, but there's still no lights. And I've got 12 ideas for 12 months, so I just have to be patient and submit them. They're just not letting me submit faster than that, but that is the cadence, and I will abide by that, and come what may, but hopefully some dollars.
Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. And your due diligence in trying to get grants. Thank you. All right, public safety. Our meeting's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. So we have a few things to discuss on that agenda, and we'll get back to you on what we can with the next month. Everything good back here, Chief? Okay. All right, so we'll move along to the cemetery.
The mausoleum project continues to move forward. The company MRB is working on the mausoleum. We're hoping the weather stays as is for a couple more weeks, and maybe we can get the project finished before winter. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Beth.
Mhm.
Public Works.
We've had questions about the pile of bricks now that we've moved them out and people can see them. And we're proposing that we sell the red bricks because we are required to keep the yellow bricks and use them for some public space. And I would say that the minimum that we would want to sell at one time would be 100. And we will sell between 100 and 250 at $1 a brick. Anything above 250 up to 500, 75 cents a brick, and anything 500 and up 50 cents a brick. Or somebody can take the whole lot for 30 cents a brick.
Okay, 100. Two. Okay, for $2. Okay, 100.
I'll write it down for you.
75, 50, and 30. She did
Okay.
right there.
So if there's anybody out there that wants bricks, or you know if anybody, the red bricks, they actually come out of the center, where like the planter boxes and everything are, that's where they came from. They're good bricks, but, you know, we're
No
mandated.
mortar.
We are mandated to keep the bricks that actually came out of Fairfax Street per state. That was the agreement that we made with the state when we had to come in and put those new bricks down. So that's why those bricks cannot go anywhere. They have to stay here for our use in other projects around town, which those bricks got a little bit of age on them, so they're a little sentimental to our community. So
Oh, the red bricks require any cleaning or?
No, they're just, they're aged.
Yeah,
They've got a great patina on them. They're really nice and they don't have any mortar
Mortar.
at all.
They were used in what we kind of had as old
The
streetscape stuff.
original streets.
They were between the street and the sidewalks. Remember, Tom, when we used to have the red brick?
Okay, yes,
That's what.
that's where they came from.
That's where they
Okay,
came
all right,
from.
and they
Not
were
on
set on sand.
pallets. We
Yeah,
have a
they
few
were set on
pallets.
sand,
If
so
somebody
they're-
wants a pallet,
they're
we have a
clean.
few and they
Okay.
can load up the pallet themselves. We don't have.
So,
the means
yeah,
to
we're
do
not
that.
gonna load them up, so, you know, just call, I guess, give the town hall a call and if you want some, we'll work.
Is it open to anybody in Morgan County
Mhm.
or only town of Bath?
No,
Make me an offer I can't refuse.
yeah, so, all right, let's move on. Are we good with Public Works? You good?
We're looking at doing some cold pack for street repairs. We hope to have that finished before winter sets in. We've had a request to do some line painting on the curbs, but we're going to wait until spring to do that because over the winter, it just gets all messed up anyway. So first thing in the spring, we'll be painting the curbs to brighten those up. And that, I think, is it.
Okay, all right. All right, then, we'll move on to ordinance.
Ordinance, so we will complete our discussion on the updated tree board ordinance. We just need to add the section 10 fines and penalties for any damage done to the trees. We also had a great meeting today on finance as it relates to ordinances, on some breakthrough ideas to help find revenue generation that we'll have more detail on in the next few weeks.
All right, thanks, Greg.
You're very welcome.
Okay, Waterworks.
Again, a lot is transpiring with the Berkeley Springs Water Works. 4 of our 5 tanks are painted at this time. If you drive out Fairview Drive and look at the Fairview tank, it is amazing, the difference of that tank. The Ridge tank, Meyer Street, and of course the hospital tank those are the ones that are completed, and do not know the exact date for our 522 tank, but there's some issues going on with regards to cleaning of that tank, but once it's cleaned, it will be painted. And again, if this weather holds, we should have everything painted and taken care of. The contract is, if the contract runs to full length, which is a 5-year contract, it will end up being in excess of 300,000.
It's about
I want to say, I think it's 300,000, but we have the ability to cancel the contract and at the same time make a great savings. I don't think the tanks have been painted since I left, and I left in '02.
No, they have not.
And so again, we have 21 years on those tanks. If
Don't remember any.
we ought to get at least 15 years of residual wear from this new paint. With regards to our raw water pump in the park, the pump that they did go to Meyer Street and find the extra pump that was supposed to be in that tank. They did take it to Beidler's Electric, and they did a in-place start of the motor. The motor started fine. The Hertz readings were great. The pump is ready to go in that tank. Right now, Mr. Mayhew is working, putting together an electrician and a small crane to drop that pump down into that tank. And that's going to happen soon. Mr. Mayhew also said that the state park is going to drain the run and clean out the leaves in the run and then put it back in position very soon also. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, November the 9th
Thursday.
at 2 p.m. here.
Thursday.
And if a needed second meeting, which would be primarily for finance, we will attempt to hold it November the 22nd at 2 p.m. here, which is
The day
the
before
day
Thanksgiving.
before Thanksgiving.
Not ideal, but okay. Not ideal.
We'll make it work. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
At what time?
At 2 p.m. And at the finance meeting, we'll be discussing on the accounts and balances that need to be paid, et cetera, et cetera. Other than that, everything is fine with our water department. We do have one of our trainees, one of our OITs is away this week at school. And we did, in fact, hire the second OIT. We are finding it extremely difficult to get a class two operators. And so we are growing our own, folks. So in the next 2 years, we will have 2 additional class 2 operators that we need desperately. Other than that, we are completed and moving forward.
Good. All right, thank you, Tom.
Scott?
Yeah.
Can I get a clarification? Draining the run.
Not that
Which
one.
one?
No.
The one to the west of.
That is correct. The one to the west. Yes.
Our contractors had a terrible difficulty.
Yes, the one to the west, the ones that everybody swims in
Yeah,
and
that's,
that every kid in Morgan County learned to swim in.
yeah, that's what I
Called
thought.
the spring channel.
Yes,
Okay.
the spring
Yeah.
channel.
That's what I figured what he meant.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, then come to the point, is there any other information that needs to come before town council? Anybody on town council needs to speak to anything? If not, I'm gonna open the floor up to people that would be wanting to speak. You got 3 minutes. All right, anybody want to speak?
Sir, my name is Roger Lyle. I'm president of Star Community Center. And I'm here tonight because of the mural on the side of the Fairfax Coffee House was vandalized and destroyed and painted over by Mr. Charlie Curia and his crew. And I have some questions to ask.
Let's stop right here.
Okay,
Let's stop right here, right now. We're gonna stop this.
okay.
This is a dispute between 2 owners. Town is not involved in this.
Sir, let me say this. Right now, the name, the town of Bath is written on the side of the
It doesn't
Fairfax
matter.
Coffee House.
It doesn't
That
matter.
implicates the town of Bath.
It does not matter.
Really.
That's it. We're not going to discuss this in the town, period. It's between 2 parties, and from what I understand, that's already been resolved.
Oh, it's
So
not been
please sit
resolved.
down.
It has not been resolved.
But that's your.
That's it, or I'm gonna have you removed, one of the 2.
Sir, can I have your last name?
Lyle, L-Y-L-E.
Okay.
The town is not involved in that, period. We're not even involved in that signage or anything, so I just want to let you know.
Well, it's
can
got
do
your
what you
name
want.
on
That's
it.
enough. That's fine. Okay. Anybody else that wants to speak? Okay. Well, then I will entertain a motion or a common consent to adjourn our meetings.
So many.